Hey guys, Rome here from Team Duel League. Just gonna share a deck profile of Cyber Dragons. Uh, been going undefeated with this build so far. With all the other kind of builds that I have, this is by far my favorite. So I just want to show you the deck profile. Starting off with triple Cyber Dragon. Obviously, you gotta max out on the number of Cyber Dragon. Uh, triple Dry. So he's the one that makes him level 5 and all other Cyber Dragons on the field. So basically him and Core, you make them level 5. Triple Core, he's the one that searches your Cyber Spells and Trap, but mainly you just play two of the searching spell. He's just also good because you can banish him from the graveyard and you can special summon a Cyber Dragon from the deck. Triple Toon Cyber Dragon, he's just an additional light machine type, level 5, and also another Cyber Dragon named for Overload Fusion or Power Bond. Triple Galaxy Soldier, he's just really good in general. Just discard a Cyber Dragon, so it gives you a target in the graveyard already if you discard a Cyber Dragon to search for to use Cyber Repair Plant in the first turn. Triple Quick Draw, just another level 5 that is also a machine, so you can make Nova a whole lot faster, and also, like I said, just to make your first turn a whole lot viable, you put a Cyber Dragon in the grave. Triple Jizukuru, because it works very, very well with the deck. You search it with Cyber Repair Plant. It's a machine, it's a light, so if you don't need it, you can discard it for Galaxy Soldier. You can contact Fusion after you put it on your opponent's side of the field, so Jizukuru just works really, really well. And also, if you don't want to contact Fusion, you can just use it as a material for your Infinity. So you can put it in your opponent's field and then use it as a material. Last monster is Electromagnetic Turtle, because you can also discard it for Galaxy Soldier, and you can send it to the grave using Chimeritic Rampage's effect. So for the spells, I'm going to start off with a one-off limiter, all-time favorite. Just goes for game right away. Raigeki, Soul Charge, Magnet Reverse. It brings back if they bottomless, or they banish or they destroy your fusion or nova or infinity, you can bring it back from the grave. The good thing is that if you bring back infinity with no materials, you can try and suck up a monster from your opponent's field or your field, so it gains some material. Or you can put grab a nova from banish or graveyard, and you can put an infinity on top of it. So one Magnet Reverse as a tech card is working pretty well. One Foolish Burial, just to put Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, or Core, or Electromagnetic Turtle. Double Cyber Repair Plant, because you can search it easily. And the reason why I don't play 3 of them is because it's not a good opening. Because 1, you can already search them. 2, you don't always have a Cyber Dragon in the grave to begin with, so it's not a good card to start up with. Now for one of my all-time favorite, Power Bond. It's basically a polymerization for machine monsters, and what it does is it doubles its attack. You take damage equal to the original attack of the fusion monster, but most of the time, if you resolve this, it's gonna be game, especially with Rampage. Triple Overload Fusion. If you banish any Cyber Dragon on the field or in the graveyard, so you can summon Rampage from your extra deck. So you can basically just have multiple Rampage after you resolve Power Bond. Power Bond makes Rampage. Rampage sends 2 more other Cyber Dragon, and then you activate Overload Fusion to make another one. So just to have another push. Triple Instant Fusion, because you can either run Relinquish, but in this deck I normally run Norden, because Norden is just broken. One Panzer, because Panzer is a light. He's a machine. He's light, so you can make Pleiades. He's a machine for Nova. And also one Psychroid, which you guys will see later. Triple Desire, that is also one of the reasons why I play 3 of each of most of the cards, just so I can dig into the deck a whole lot faster, and I can get like my combo pieces. I'm not a big fan of the whole banishing 10 cards, but it actually just works out well. It basically just I see it as I'm just digging into the deck a whole lot faster. It's just a +1, so I can either get Power Bond faster or Overload Fusion faster. Overall, it's a really great card. I like to draw. Double Typhoon, because Rampage destroys spells and trap as well, so you don't really need to max out on the Typhoons. 2 is just fine. And the one and only trap is Treacherous Trap Hole. So one of my other builds, I use Treacherous Trap Hole as kind of like a bait out, so they would know that I only play 1 trap. And then my side deck is just 6 or 7 traps, or 6 to 8 traps. So basically they'll just side out all their Typhoons and all their back row destruction. So yep, that's the main deck. Extra deck is pretty self-explanatory. Triple Nova, because that's the whole point of this deck, is to make him an Infinity or Rampage. But most of the time he actually goes for just OTK. So you can either make 2 Nova in a turn and then OTK with it, or 1 Nova, the second one just have an Infinity on top of it. So there's different plays. So that's that. 2 Infinity, because you can only make an Infinity per turn, so it's not really necessary to have all 3 of them. 1 Pleiades always helps out. I only play 1 rank 4 because I only play 1 Norden, because you can only play 1, and it's just possible to have a Norden and you only have 1 level 4 in the deck. So this is just an additional option. Most of the time, what really happens with this, I play Instant Fusion, Special Summon Norden, Special Summon Core, which is a level 2 that just brings back a Cyber Dragon from the graveyard, and then that just gives me a material for Power Bond. So that's most of the time that's what happened. 1 Panzer and then 1 Psychroid. Like I said, just they're light, or they're machines, and then Panzer's the light, so you can use it to make Pleiades. Triple Rampage. So most of the time I only really need 2, but I just don't want to run into that situation where I needed a 3rd one, so I just might as well play all 3. Since I play 3 Power Bond and 3 Overload Fusion, and then double Chimera Tech. Most of you guys already know that Chimera Tech is mostly a side deck, but in this deck you can actually just keep making him on the first turn, get rid of your opponent's monster. So you use Jizukiru, drop a Kaiju in your opponent's field, normal summon Core, search a spell, and then contact Fusion. So that's the extra deck. Side deck's always going in and out, so I'm always changing it. But right now, what I'm playing is Cyber Iltanin, because you can search it from Cyber Repair Plant, the spell, and he's just a board wipe. You drop him. His attack is 300. Pretty sure it is. Oh, sorry, it's 500 per light machine type that you banish using its effect. So when it's special summon, you just send all monster from the field to the graveyard, including yours. So, like I said, he's just a board wipe. Triple Denko, which helps out a lot. This is probably like the main side that I'm not ever gonna change in here. You don't really use up your normal summon a whole lot. Most of the time you just special summon. So Denko also have multiple purpose for you, because it's also a light for Galaxy Soldier. So if you open up with 2 of them and you know you have game, you can just normal summon 1 and then discard 1 for Galaxy Soldier. So L-Tannin is also a light. Most of my side cards are light, like Effect Veiler. I'm still a big fan of this card. I've always loved Veiler. And also it's a light, so you can discard it for Galaxy Soldier. Double Snow Rabbit, just because it's kind of like the new generation Veiler, because you can pop a face up card, which is mostly the pendulum spells or monster effects. It doesn't negate it, but it destroys it, so it gets rid of that card. Unlike Veiler, it negates it. So there's situations where one's good and or the other one is better. So I just decided to play both of them. And also it's a light. I play double Maxi because Maxi is Maxi. You just draw, and I like drawing. The third Typhoon I sided for either pendulums or heavy back row, and the last one is triple chalice. So this is pretty much like acting as my trap card, and most of the time, because this deck mostly goes for OTKs, I can't really waste like a turn or two to just like set a trap card. So if there is anything that's like a monster effect that's kind of stopping me from going for my OTK plays or so, I just use Chalice. If not, if I can't perform an OTK, it just serves as a trap card for me. So yeah, that is the deck. So far, I've been winning a whole lot of games with this deck. If there is any changes I'll make, probably depends on like other supports or other cards that are kind of gonna come out in the newer set. Like for example, the Eidolons, which they have a fusion that is a light machine. So, but the main guy is a spellcaster, but it's a searcher for spells, for fusion spell. So I'm most likely gonna incorporate that in here, but as of right now, this is the build that's working out. So hope you guys like it.